my mind is made up.
Hey guys, this is Eric Kyle, publisher of Latitudes and Attitudes magazine.
And I'm David Levesque, editor of Latitudes and Attitudes, and welcome to Three Sheets, our podcast where we chill and chat with individuals making a difference in the cruising lifestyle.
Each episode, we'll dive into all things cruising related and bring you some of the most influential characters out there. So sit back, grab your favorite bottle, light them if you got them, and enjoy the adventure. Hey guys, Eric Kyle here, publisher of Latitudes and Attitudes magazine, and I am supported here by David Levesque, the editor of Latitudes and Attitudes, and we are super psyched about this week's podcast. We have Sailing Catalpa aboard with us. Hi, guys.
Hi.
This is going to be absolutely epic. We've been waiting for this interview for some time. We have Sara, Lee, Bella, and Taj all aboard with us here. I'm just kind of wondering, where in the world are you? You could travel so many places, but where are you currently at right now?
We're in Mexico at the moment. We're in Puerto Penasco, so up in the top of the Sea of Cortez.
On the hard stand.
Yeah.
Are we doing repairs, or are we getting prepared to go cruising, or what's happening with you right now?
Well, it's a time of the year to be hauled out with the hurricanes. So, but it is our first haul out for this boat, and yeah, there's a lot of work ahead of us. So, yeah, we're just about to make a start on it.
Outstanding.
Sweet. So you guys, I mean, we've been following your page for a while. We had an article with you guys in the last issue, the summer issue, about teens aboard, and we'll get to the teens in a minute or two here. But like watching your page, some amazing epic photos, you guys jumping off the boat, everybody's always smiling, having a great time. I mean, it looks like you're just really enjoying yourself. You guys are from Australia, and if I read correctly, since 2015 you guys have been living aboard on Catalpa, right?
Yeah, we bought our old boat Catalpa in 2014, and we sailed on her. We lived on her for 8 years, so we traveled full time for 7 years. But yeah, we had that boat for 8 years, a big chunk of the kids' lives, and we had a great time on her. And now we've got another boat, and we bought her in San Diego, so we're on the other side of the world now.
So that's the Sailing Catalpa 2, the Catalpa 2 project. Okay, that's cool. We can get to that. I think we're going to get to that a little bit later on. I wanted to know, so the first Catalpa, how'd you come to get her, and what kind of boat is she?
She's a 44-foot ferro cement Wilfo Kell. So, yeah, it was a cutter rig sloop.
That's a heavy boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
what
mean, any boat with the name, any boat that has the name cement in it, I'm just gonna guess it's a heavy boat.
Yeah, it was our introductory to sailing, I suppose. We actually purchased it just to see if we'd like the idea of living aboard a sailboat, and had plans to upgrade, but we never did. So that was our boat for a long time. Yeah.
Well, I'm curious. We talked to an awful lot of people that are out there enjoying the cruising lifestyle. What was that benchmark moment for you guys that you said, you know what, we're going to go live out on the open ocean? What led to that decision, and why did you guys do it?
I don't know. We've always lived near the water. Lee and I grew up on the Gold Coast in Australia. It's a little beach town, and we love the ocean. And as soon as we realized that was even a possibility, I think we both were just super keen to get a boat as soon as we could. And we really wanted to raise our kids that way, because who wouldn't want to grow up on a boat? I mean, that was we would have loved to have done that as children. So we wanted to give that to our kids.
Well, we're going to ask your kids here in just a moment, Sara, whether or not they love growing up on a boat. Well, the reason I ask, and I'll just throw this out there real quick, I'm a father of 3 daughters, and I absolutely love cruising. We had a 411 Beneteau for many years, and we had actually aspired to go live aboard as well to raise our kids. We're really concerned. There were some challenges there. We're taking them out of school, out of that social environment that most kids get acclimated with. what would their response be to that? We're going to be traveling all over the world. Are we going to be able to homeschool them on a boat? So there were just a lot of challenges. That are we putting our kids in a difficult spot or a beneficial spot? Because we love to travel. We travel all over the world. Our kids travel with us, and every new place that we go, we feel like we're enriching their lives as a result of doing that. So how did you and Lee weigh that, Sara? What was the kind of the decision-making process there?
We initially we just thought we'll give it a go. Like Lee said, we bought Catalpa it was a very cheap boat, and the idea was just to see if the kids liked it. We kind of had a feeling, and I knew that we would love the lifestyle, but we wanted to see if as a family that we all loved it. And so we spent 6 or 7 months sailing down the east coast of Australia on the boat as just a bit of a test and to see what we all thought. And by the time we got the boat back to where we're from, we were all in love with the lifestyle and just excited to start that adventure. The whole school thing and taking them out of school and away from our friends and family obviously was a massive decision, and we didn't take it lightly, but we also knew that we thought that the experiences that they would have traveling and doing something so completely different to their lifestyle that would benefit them rather than impact them negatively. And I don't know, I think we made the right decision. I don't regret it, even though homeschooling and those things terrified me at the beginning. And that is a lot of questions that we get asked. Like I get asked all the time. I get emails from parents all the time asking, what did you do? How did you go? I'm really nervous about it and all of the rest. And I don't think no matter how prepared you are, no matter what you think is going to happen, it's going to be different. And this lifestyle, a really great thing about it is it makes you let go of holding on to, like, I don't know, certain pressures and having to conform to certain ways. I feel when you live on the land, you've got like this perspective of how you're supposed to live, how you're supposed to raise your kids, what you're supposed to teach them. And you kind of get a little bit locked into that. And then when you free yourself from that, I don't know, it opens you up to other things, and it allows you to kind of teach them what you want and realize that it is possible and that you can do it. And yeah, I don't know if that answered your question.
No, it does. It's certainly not a decision that anybody enters into lightly. And I appreciate the sort of the background on it. I guess I'm kind of curious because, so, I mean, what was your day jobs? Because when you bought Catalpa, the kids were not teens, and the article in the summer issue was, teens aboard. So they weren't teens. But like, what was your day job? What was your gig before this whole thing? And do you still do that? What you ever did before?
No, so Lee worked away, or you can say what you did, but I was a yoga teacher. And
you can do that anywhere.
You can. And you can do it online. But we actually had a business that we started about 12 months before we left. Some, people hear our story and they're like, you guys are crazy. Like we bought a boat and then we started a business. And the goal was always to sail away and travel and leave land life. And so us starting this business, we thought, well, hey, maybe we can have this business and travel and do that. But a little bit later on, we realized we left initially with still our business. We still had some things at home, and we had to turn around and go back because we're like, no, we don't want to be attached to anything. And it was really keep holding us back from experiencing what we wanted to experience. So yeah, we let it go.
And Lee, what was your gig?
Well, prior to working together at the end there, we were manufacturing a fair bit of yoga stuff too. And then but prior to that, I was in the oil and gas, sort of in the mining industry. So I was doing a little bit of fly in, fly out work, which was handy along the way. We didn't do a lot of it in our travels, but to top up the kitty, it was always an option if we needed to. I could fly in and fly out, which was good. And yeah, prior to that, I've had my own business, plastering, drywall, I suppose you call it, and construction. And yeah, I've sort of done a lot of different things. So
that's like one of the biggest questions people ask, because Lee, if anyone watches our channel, Lee's really, really handy and he can fix anything. And the only reason our old boat even lasted that long was because Lee was a captain.
everywhere I go, everybody I talk to is like, hey, I know a guy can do this, a guy can do that. Sounds like Lee is that guy. Like, you know, hey, he can fix just about
Lee is
anything
that
needs to be
guy.
fixed, right? So I'm gonna jump this one out to Taj and Bella real quick. So because we talked about you guys and taking the kids on board. So I know that my teenage kids sometimes can't wait to get away from me. They just can't wait. So you guys really can't get too far away from mom and dad because it's a 45-foot boat, or the new boat's like 50. So you got a few extra feet to get away from mom and dad. But like, what's this whole thing like for you guys?
Let's start with Bella.
Okay. I don't know. It's kind of just the normal for us. We grew up living in such a small space, and really most of the time we're not actually on the boat. And so it's not like we only live in this tiny little place confined. We're actually mostly outside and like, I don't know, off at islands. And I don't think, we're not really always like together and like not getting away from each other. There's always a place to go. And I don't know, it's just kind of our normal. Like, and now this boat is so much bigger. It feels like we're heaps far enough. Like, I actually have my room on this boat. The last boat we had, I had like this little side bed. So
So if they said go to your room, it was like just like a couple feet away or something like that.
I had like a curtain to the door.
Pretty much.
Because it's so wrong. It's just a sarong that separated us.
Well,
Okay,
a lot of what we want to try to do here is that there are so many people that get inspired by stories like yours who dream about being able to just cast off the lines and go. And they feel like they're handicapped because of their job, or because of the fear of traveling with kids, or because of having a homeschool, or the kids aren't going to like it, or leaving their family, leaving their communities, all that kind of stuff, to be able to go enjoy this lifestyle. And you guys are setting a benchmark. You really are. And you're inspiring so many people to know that it's okay. You can cast off the lines, put your kids on the boat, go and enjoy yourselves. And, you know, as Bella just stated, you're not only on the boat all the time, you're adventuring in all these new, beautiful, wonderful places. So we really want to dig into that a little bit more. So now, Taj, you're kind of on the hot button here. Don't ruin what I just said. Tell us a little bit about your experience, my friend.
Oh, it's similar to what Bella said. It's just how we've grown up. Like, it's kind of all we've really known. Like, we left when we were, how old was I, 9 or 10?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it's just very familiar. I don't know. Yeah, and we're traveling around, going spearfishing and surfing and adventuring. So it's not always confined to the boat.
They pretty much have their own car, guys. They can take the dinghy whenever they want. So
Oh, that's cool.
they've done that since they were little. So, you know, they go off and have their own adventures.
Do they have like a curfew? Be back by 9.
Yeah, it depends on the situation.
That's awesome. So like what if well, I got to ask this question because my son just graduated high school here in the United States, and my daughter has got a year to go, but she went to prom. And I know Eric speaks about this because I've seen photos of Eric holding shotguns behind his daughter's prom dates. You know what I mean? So like if Bella said, hey, I want to bring someone home to meet mom and dad, how's that work out? You know what I mean? Do you guys like stand there with spears in your hand? And
Yeah, I don't even get near the boat.
That's awesome.
On your website, the homepage, it says, don't dream your life, but live your dreams. And that sounds very familiar. Over the years, we've heard Bob Bitchin, the founder and previous owner of Latitudes and Attitudes, utter those same words. So we have a bit of a connection there. Have you guys been a fan of the magazine for a while, or where did that saying come from that's helped inspire you?
I love that saying because Lee and I have both lost a parent. So I guess the reason why we live for right now, and we wanted to go and we wanted to do everything with our kids and we wanted to travel and live our dreams, is because we've both watched one of our parents not get to do that. So my mum was 50 when she passed away. Taj was a baby, and Lee lost his dad as well. And it made us really think about our lives and why wait till we're older to go and travel and do what we want? Let's do it now. Let's do it together. Like, we wanted to really experience all of this together and have this opportunity to travel and see the world as a family. This time together is so short. They're going to go off and do their own thing and have their own families and have their own life. And I just really, we really wanted to just do it all together. And that's what we made happen.
Outstanding. So
I love that.
Are you familiar? Have you followed Latitudes and Attitudes for a while? Have you guys been a fan of the magazine?
Yeah, we like to we're not really big on reading boat magazines. We always joke that we're not sailors. We're just people that live on a boat that love to travel. So it's more, we love the adventure and we love the lifestyle. So I do love reading about other people's stories and getting inspiration from other people that are traveling around. But yeah, obviously it's such a beautiful way to see the world. And yeah.
You know, to your point about just getting out there and doing it. I mean, I think there's so many people that I talk to that viewed the pandemic in a negative sense. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, it was, you know, life-changing in a negative way. I for one had a lot more time with my kids because they weren't in school and they weren't, you know, they didn't have to go off to school every day and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And we always kind of joke around here that, you know, nobody social distances like boaters do anyway. So, you know, the pandemic was actually kind of inspiring to so many people to get out there and do it. But there's another quote on your website that I liked. I noticed it was from the former Archbishop Fulton Sheen. And that was that patience is not an absence of action. Rather, it is timing. It waits on the right time to act for the right principles and in the right way. That's pretty epic. How did that enter your mindset, if you don't mind expanding on
that? Again, I think it's I'm gonna speak, is that
okay? He's just chilling. It's great.
He doesn't mind.
It's like happy hour.
I'm a really impatient human, so anything, any quotes, any advice, anything that says something about patience and the right timing and the connection. And I really believe in that divine connection with the universe and right timing and all of that stuff. But I also believe in don't wait, go now. So I think that it just really stems from, like I was saying before, our story on losing a parent and experiencing that life is really short and that you don't always know when your time's up. And if that's tomorrow, you're going to be happy with how you've lived and what you've done. And yeah, for me, patience, as soon as we decided to live this life, I'm like, we're going. This is happening now. So it's nice to have patience to remember like that you need to plan and you need to have the right timing. But it's also, I think there's a balance where you need to like, don't wait forever.
You know, I saw you started talking about being an impatient human. I saw Bella's eyes were like, she knows. But I want to bring this up real quick because, like, looking at the bios on your website, it's very clear that y'all love surfing. You all love surfing, and that's cool. But for Bella, it mentions skating, which has got to be kind of hard to do on water, I would imagine. But more so than that, it mentions aerial hooping. I got to ask how that whole thing came up because that's just really super cool.
Oh, wow. I kind of wanted to be in the circus when I was a kid. So I did classes before we left, and we have if anyone doesn't know what an aerial hoop is, it is what it is. It's called a lira, and it's a hoop, and we hang it off of our boom over the water. And yeah, I brought it along with me on the boat because I love doing that. And Bella did everything I did when she was younger, and she loves it too. So
okay, so who's better at it? Who's better, you or Bella?
Bella
awesome.
Is definitely. Your kid's always better at you than everything.
Well, I have a quick question for Taj, if you don't mind. Taj, how old are you right now?
I'm 18.
You have a driver's license?
Yeah, I got a learner's, but I couldn't complete the rest of I couldn't do the practical test because we left Australia.
Yeah,
they wouldn't let you. They wouldn't let you parallel park a dinghy. What's the problem?
So some of the practical things that happen during the course of a young teenager's lifestyle are things that you guys are currently still enjoying, learning how to drive, aerial hooping, things like that. Those are all still going on and going strong for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole driving thing's gonna have to wait until we're somewhere long enough on land.
So Taj, great name, by the way. I love that name. Where did that come from, Lee?
I don't know.
It was the only name we agreed on.
Yeah, it was the one that we agreed on. It was a couple, but yeah.
Is there
Is
any
it short
specific
for
meaning?
something?
Yeah, is there any meaning behind it? Like Taj Mahal or
No, it means crown, right?
I don't really know.
Yeah, well,
I think so.
I'm pretty
All
sure
I know
that's
is
what it
when
means.
I write Taj rice into Google, just a heap of Indian rice brands come up.
well,
I love
Taj,
those.
I hear you're a great interviewer, my friend, and also a talented artist. Maybe you can tell us a little bit more about what makes you tick, brother.
In like what way? Just that heap of stuff that I do, or like
You're interviewing people. Who are you interviewing? What kind of artistry do you like to do? That kind of stuff. Tell us a little bit about yourself, my man.
the interview thing. I think Mum put on the website. I was doing that like 4 years ago. That was just like a little fun project thing I was doing.
He was going to do a podcast, guys.
Yeah.
It would have been epic, but it didn't happen.
I'm also working like my art side. So like right now I'm doing like licensing to companies. Like I license my designs for like for either like 12 months or I'll do like a one-time payment, or I'll do like they'll share a royalty with the company. Like if I put my design on a skateboard, that's what I'm working on right now. But I've got a few ideas of things I want to work on in the future.
So,
But I've mostly been doing like t-shirt designs, logos, and all that stuff for like the past 5 years, like around 14, because our YouTube channel would film like my drawings and stuff. So then people started saying, "Oh, do you want to do a t-shirt design for our boat, or like do you want to do a logo for our boat or something like that?" So I was mainly just doing freelancing stuff, but yeah, that was kind of how I started.
Maybe we'll have to have you design something for Lats and Nats someday. We could do that. I gotta ask, because I wear a hat all the time because I'm what's called follically challenged. You've got a fantastic head of hair, kid. So like, who's your hairstylist on a boat like that? Who do you go to?
I don't know, it's some little shop in La Paz.
Whatever bar they can find.
Okay, so Taj, you're 18 years old. You're gonna go to college. You're done with high school. You're ready to move on. Are you gonna study on the boat? You're gonna take off? What's your plans, brother?
It depends if what I want to do, I need to go to college to do that. But if what I want to do doesn't require that, I don't find it necessary to achieve things that I want to do. But yeah, so far it's looking like I don't really want to, but I don't know what changed. But I know plenty of people that have gone to college when they're a lot older. I just like to figure out what I really want to do, and then because I don't want to waste any time or money, because I don't want to go into lots of debt, because I don't really know if that's what I want to do. Yeah.
As you are wise beyond your years, my friend.
Yeah.
Trust me.
He's saying all the right things, Mom and Dad. I love it.
No, that's absolutely fantastic. Bella, are you what, in high school? How old are you?
I'm 16. So
16. I have a daughter, Ella, 16 as well. Actually, she just turned 17. So what is your aspirations for the future? What do you want to do when you get out of the house or get off the boat, however you want to call it?
I don't know.
You got a YouTube channel. Bella started a YouTube channel.
Bella started her own YouTube channel, guys.
Oh.
A plug.
It's all right. I don't know. I think I don't want to go to college. Maybe have my own boat in the future. I don't know.
Well, that is fantastic.
Maybe she wants to run off and join the circus, Mom. Maybe,
yeah, she's gonna live out my dream.
That's really cool.
I hope so. I'll be there like behind her, like the granny in the circus.
That's great. I always wanted to join the circus, but I really didn't have any aerial talents. Let's go back to let me jump back to the article in the summer issue real quick, because that Teens Aboard article was really, really cool. You guys worked with Aaron from Rome Generation.
We
And
did.
Erin has been so fun to work with. She's so awesome. We're always thrilled when she sends us some content, some new articles with some new features going on. So you had some really amazing tips for readers on living aboard with the kids, or kids in general. We covered some of that already, but so kind of give us an idea what some of the biggest challenges were. I mean, I know that my kids kind of crave their friend groups. You know what I mean? They're always Snapchatting and all this other kind of crap. But like, what are the challenges for you, and in terms of what, you know, it's an amazing experience, obviously, but there definitely comes with challenges, right?
Yeah, absolutely. There's so many challenges. And I think the hardest thing, sometimes people get a boat and have this idea that it's going to be perfect. And, you know, they see the dolphins and they see all the beautiful islands and they're like, wow, this must be amazing. And as soon as there's a fight or there's a challenge, then they get scared and they're like, oh, well, maybe we can't do it. Like life, there's ups and downs, and living on a boat, it really emphasizes the downs and emphasizes the ups, is how I like to think of it. So it's really the challenges are really hard, but the highs are so worth it that it kind of makes you forget about those times. So some of the things that have been hard with kids is like you said, friends, and probably stability on being one place for a certain amount of time. I don't know if it's a problem or if it's done anything to affect them, but they definitely want to travel and want to keep going. And if we are anywhere long enough, they get itchy feet as well. So if you don't want your kids that way, then don't live on a boat. It definitely rubs off. We've been really lucky. They haven't really had that craving to go to high school, to have the land life. I don't know why. I don't know what it is that we did differently. We've met plenty of boats that they had to go home because their kids wanted to go to high school. They wanted their friends. And
But sometimes that's the parents wanting to go home as well, though.
yeah, true.
We've met
That's
the
true.
people,
a
the
lot,
parents
a
are
lot
done.
of parents use their kids to go, no, we need to go back for little Johnny, but
Mm.
it's not always the way. I don't know. Yeah, we started this journey and said if we're not happy, if someone's not happy, we go home. And that was the deal. If
Okay.
any of us want to go, we go. We do. We just stop. And yeah, it's been 8 years and we're still going. So we all like doing the same things. We all like hanging out together, as in we surf, we wakeboard, we go on adventures. It's not sitting on the boat. The kids aren't bored. We are like big
Kids.
hyperactive children. So it's like, where are we? We need to go and do something. So I wouldn't call it a boring life, and I don't think they miss out on social things either, because we meet other people all the time. So we were really lucky actually in COVID to have another family to travel with. We had two families that we met with kids the same age, and that was just epic. They had the best time, and that really, it makes a difference. If you can find another family or people that you like hanging out with on a boat, wow. Yeah, it's like changes things.
Lee, she was pointing at you when she said big kids. Are you the one that's making all these outrageous plans for the family? How does that work?
I don't know. We all have a good go together.
Okay. Lee, I want to hear from you, my friend. I want you to tell me what has been probably the most memorable challenge, the most memorable item that you have experienced in your 9 years aboard a boat now. Is it 9 years?
Yeah.
Is there one specific event that you can think of that you can share with our viewers about something that either freaked you out or made you super excited?
Well, look, with our first boat, it was a really old boat, really falling apart, and wasn't really ready to go traveling the globe. But yeah, it's just come with many challenges from every aspect of the boat you can think of. There was problems, so but it just almost became part of what we were doing. We just learned to deal with them, and yeah, let's slow us down a little bit now and then, but no, we got through them all. I can't think of anything major.
That scared you. I know you were scariest moment.
What's that?
We have pirates coming up to us.
No, they went, no, the hole in the wall.
Oh yeah, we had one area. They call it the hole in the wall, and it's the top of Australia. And yeah, the current must have been about 8 or 9 knots going through this what they call hole in the wall, and it's only like I suppose 50 meters wide. And we entered it with the wrong information from Navionics, thinking we had the tide right. And yeah, we couldn't get through. We got halfway through. We lost control of the boat a couple of times, and pretty much did like 360s. And yeah, and we're in the middle of absolutely nowhere. And, yeah, that was scary.
That was the first time that I'd seen Lee nervous about the situation.
Yeah, well, we entered and there wasn't really enough room to turn, and it was just pretty scary.
He's usually pretty calm, and he was not calm that day. He was white knuckle in the steering wheel, and I was like, oh, okay, we might be in trouble here.
Well, what's on the opposite end of that, Lee? What was the most exciting, best gift that you've got from this lifestyle, or best memory that you have from living this way over the last 9 years?
Yeah, I just think being together as a family and the places and people we've met along the way and all the different locations, like yeah, just as a whole, I think.
No highlights?
No, I can't think off the top of my head, but yeah, well, like I say, COVID for us was amazing. It was like the whole of Indonesia was just empty, and it was like our playground. So for us, that was pretty good. We really enjoyed that. And like Sara was saying, it was awesome that we had a boat that had kids the same age as ours. So that made it really good.
Lee,
it's
I
a
can
good
certainly...
it's a good way to ride it out. You know what I mean? You know, I brought up a quote earlier. I definitely love quotes, and there's another one on your website that I really liked, and this one came from Sara. And Sara, you said it takes courage to live a life that's different. It takes trust to know that it will be worth it. I love that. I'm just going to ask you flat out: has this all been worth it? I think I already know the answer, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, there's things to do different along the way, and
we'd do it all over again.
Well, a lot of the fears that families like us have about being able to take off, you really addressed. I mean, Taj and Bella are beautiful, wonderful kids, and they've actually come up with a mindset that's realistic in this world. You know, here in the States, everybody's like, you got to go to college or else you're going to amount to nothing. And you got to be doing this and you got to be doing that. You got to have your driver's license 16 and off, having your own job. And you got to be ready for life at your, you know, and these guys are sitting back, relaxing. I mean, look at the smile on Bella's face. That's worth $1 million right there. So no, I applaud you. I really do. It's inspiring to me to just know that it's okay and it's going to be okay. And it has been okay for you guys. And the kids are doing great. And that's fantastic with bright, beautiful futures ahead of them.
Yeah, I agree.
All right,
everybody in your family smiles. The whole family smiles.
It's nice. It's nice.
It's amazing. It's like all your photos, your socials, your YouTube. I mean, you guys are loving this. This is so epic and so awesome.
This is like a dental commercial. It's great. Keeps so I got to ask you guys about Catalpa too, because we know a little bit about the first boat. Tell us about the boat that you're on now.
Well, she's a Pearson 53. Like Bella said earlier, she's happy. She's got her own forward V-berth now, and yeah, it's just a lot more room. Yeah, just
so much more room. And you wouldn't think so. Like in our old boat was 44 feet, and this one's 53 feet. And you know, you kind of go, oh, well, it's not that big a difference, but for us,
yeah,
it's massive.
Yeah,
it's huge. Just the living space and being able to put things in places. Our old boat, everything was kind of shoved.
And Catalpa was much more narrow compared to other boats that size.
Yeah.
So like when Bella gets sick of things and she's like, I'm going to my room, she can really literally go to her room.
Yeah.
She can lock her door. She can lock her door.
Ooh.
I'd downgrade though. My room used to be bigger on the other
Taj
boat.
had the V-berth and now
I've got the side bunk bed.
But you have a door. Yeah, you have a door.
where your journey is going to be taking you guys next on this boat. What's the plans? I know you're on the hard now, waiting out hurricane season, but where do you want to go? What do you want to do? What's next for Sailing Catalpa?
We're gonna go back down the Sea of Cortez, and at this stage, we will sail down to Panama and go through the canal and go that way. It's actually a thing in our family. We're going back and forth whether we cross the Pacific Ocean. Or we don't.
No, I think even if it's the wrong season, right? Isn't it?
Yeah. We're gonna go through. We'll go through the canal and see where that takes us, and yeah, we're just gonna keep going in search for some beautiful islands and clear water and some waves. So that's all we worry about is our next anchorage. We don't like to plan too far ahead.
We'd love to have the chance to meet up with you guys. I mean, we go to the Annapolis Sailboat Show in Annapolis, Maryland. We go to the Newport Boat Show in Newport, Rhode Island. You know, if you guys ever go to a boat show, please let us know you're heading there. We'd love to connect with you somehow. You know, that'd be a lot of fun.
That'd be awesome. I think
We might be going this year.
Might be going this year.
yeah, we haven't. It's not 100%, but we most likely will be at the Annapolis Boat Show.
Oh, cool. We're there. We got our booth with the Young Cruisers Association. We got a big party we're throwing. So
Awesome.
we'll expect you to be there. And Taj, I'm going to get some hair tips from you. That's what's going to happen.
Well, we were at the last Annapolis Boat Show, and Taj actually did a tattoo. I don't know if he's legally allowed to say that, but
We won't
he
tell
did
the
his
tattoo
first
police.
tattoo. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So for all of our viewers who want to find out more about what you guys are doing, see some of your past episodes, what's the best way for them to be able to connect with Sailing Catalpa?
Head over to our YouTube channel and follow us on there. We've got like over 300, nearly 400 videos. So if you
Wow.
want something to watch, you can. There's a lot of time to spend there. But we also have Instagram and Facebook and all the social media things. Sailing Catalpa. Type it in, you'll find us.
You know, I got to ask this question. I keep going back to the whole teens thing because my daughter is 16, feels like she's going on 35, but she's going to be 17 in another month. You know, my son is 18. He's starting university in a few weeks. And it's like, whenever I get in their face with anything, like if I'm someplace and I'm like, hey, let's take a selfie together, I get eye rolls, I get everything. It's like, Dad, knock it off. I mean, Eric is like the grand poobah of bad dad jokes. He's good at it. So you got 300 plus videos. Do you guys, this is for Taj and Bella, are you ever like, could you please just put the camera down? I'm not in the mood right now. Does that ever happen?
Yeah,
Taj.
Oh, Taj.
Taj is he wasn't a fan when we were younger. When he was younger, he wasn't a fan of it. But
It was just there. So.
it was just there. You got used to it.
Oh, now he's mugging for it. He loves it.
I gotta imagine after a period of time, there's not the YouTube selves and the ourselves. It's simply the family is the family, and you guys are just capturing the moments. It's not like you're turning on a character when you're doing this, and that's the beautiful thing about these videos. You're actually sharing who you are with your audience, and as things happen, it's not like you're jumping into a role.
Yeah, that would be a very hard role. That would be a hard way to live. But yeah, it is. We don't share all of the arguments and the fights and a lot of those things because I don't want to. I wanted to keep our channel positive, and for our children, they wouldn't want me to film if they couldn't trust what Mum was going to put on YouTube. So I'm pretty respectful of that way. And I guess that's why they're happy for me to film, because they know that, you know, I'm not going to put them on there when they don't want to be seen in that light, because we all have moments when we're not at our best. So
no, that never happens to me. I don't think it ever happens to Eric, but
well, we're different then, guys. But yeah, no, honestly, it is I think it's important because a lot of people we get messages saying, you know, your family's so perfect and you're always happy and you're smiling, and I'm like, yeah, we are. We love our life. It's absolutely true, but don't forget that we're human and we are not perfect all the time. And I like to keep our channel real as much as possible. We show the hard times, as in the struggles with the boat and what the challenges are. But yeah, it's nice to remember that we don't get along 100% of the time, and we have arguments, and there's always, it's just normal life. We just live on the boat.
Well, we really appreciate you guys keeping it real for us. And I can't thank you enough for your time that you're taking out of your day while you're down there in Mexico on the hard to share with our viewers and our readers and our followers your experience out there. We don't want to make this a lot of fluff and just say everything is pie in the sky all the time, but we do want to try to inspire people to be able to go out and enjoy this lifestyle, a lifestyle that I aspire to. I know David does as well, and you guys are actually living it. So thank you for being inspirational. Taj and Bella, you guys got some pretty cool parents.
I gotta ask Lee, because I brought up the dad jokes earlier. Do you have any good dad jokes? Do you have any? Does anything that makes your kids just roll their eyes? Because I believe behind every great dad is a bunch of kids rolling their eyes. Seriously.
What's your joke?
Yeah, I don't know.
Just him speaking sometimes is just enough. Right? Dad says some things sometimes, and they're like, oh.
What do you reckon, Taj? What bad dad jokes?
I don't know. I can't remember. Did you tell many jokes?
Do you tell many jokes?
Not too often.
Not too often. Our
That's more for granddad.
Yeah, my dad's a bad joke guy.
Lee, I got one for you. You ready, buddy?
Far away.
Okay. What did the fish say when it hit the wall?
No idea.
Damn.
That's a great one.
That's horrible. I got a better
Come
one.
on.
I got a better one. Taj, is for you. See if you get it. Rumor has it that Captain Hook got his hook from a secondhand store. Secondhand.
Oh, okay.
That's a brain teaser.
No one got that.
We're going to be editing that one, guys. We're going to have to.
Taj has a joke.
I think my daughter's still trying to figure.
Actually,
He gave.
oh yeah, well, I got this joke from a homeless guy in San Diego.
That's where they normally come from.
He was selling jokes for, I think, 50 cents or $1. But I think it was why did it could be wrong, but this was a while ago, but I think it was why did everyone like the mush at the party?
Why did everybody lack the what at the party?
Why did everyone like the mushroom at the party?
Oh, I don't know. Guys, why did everybody like the mushroom at the party?
Because he was a fun guy.
Ah, that's a dad joke, brother. All right, Bella, you're up. You're up, sweetheart. You got to come up with something right off the cuff, right here, right now.
I don't have any jokes.
Somebody's got to find a homeless guy and give him $1.
That's the only way we get jokes.
Beautiful hanging with you guys today. Again, thank you so much. Sailing Catalpa, Sara, Lee, Taj, Bella, wonderful family, wonderful life. We're so happy for you. And we'll be following you guys on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So everybody else, be sure to check them out. Any last words of wisdom out there, guys?
No, we just want to say thank you for having us, and it was awesome talking to you guys as well.
My mind is made up. I'm gonna sail away. Latitudes and attitudes will help me find my way with my loving cup. A little salt and a